Listeners, Ty Cohen here. I'm a little bit energetic right now. I just left the gym. I got my protein drink here, and then, of course, I got a bottle of water here as always. Um, I wanted to talk to you about something really quickly. Like, we're coming upon the holiday season pretty soon. It's like already September, and pretty soon, before we know it, it'll be October, and then we're into November, Thanksgiving, and then December, and then New Year's, and then Valentine's Day. So this right now, this period of time for publishing is one of my favorites. And I'll tell you why. Like right now, and you guys probably can see, I'm going to go over to Amazon. Let me just go over here really quickly. Because what we're going to do is, over the next couple of minutes, we're going to be over here on Amazon, and then I'm going to jump over to some of these lists that you see over here. But for now, we're going to sit over here on Amazon. And then I'll tell you, like, this is my favorite time for publishing, time of the year, I should say. It's not necessarily my favorite time of the year, weather-wise, right? So I'm going to get rid of Skype and all of my distractions because then they'll be popping up left and right here. Weather-wise, I like the sun. I love, the spring, the summer. Publishing-wise, I love, right, winter and fall because that's when you get a ton of sales that are coming in. Think about it. Like during the holidays, especially like Thanksgiving and Christmas, people are really like they're really engaged as far as reading. For me, I find that I tend to pick up my personal reading, and let me know if this is true in the comments too, because I love to be able to gauge this. But I tend to read more as we go into the winter and then in fall. And I think most women uh, kind of read more in these seasons as well, right? Like it's like winter and fall. I'm not saying that I'm a woman, but women, let me know if that's right or not too, because I've kind of seen that. Like my wife, and then I'll see like my mother-in-law. They tend to read more, and then a lot of my students, as we're going back and forth with what books we read, and I'd love to know what books you're reading right now as well, right? So I think that's pretty cool to get into that part of it. So I say all of that to say that people are also into the buying habit. So number one, more people are reading, right, during the winter months, and then more people are also buying things like what? Kindle devices, right? They're buying these as Christmas gifts. They're buying them as ways to start the new year. People are setting New Year's resolutions, and they're looking for content to fill these Kindle devices up with, right? People are also buying what else? Cell phones and mobile devices, right? So take a look at my screensaver on my cell phone. It says "Make today great," right? So do that. But people are also buying like cell phones and mobile devices, and they're downloading the Amazon Kindle app. And guess what goes along with that too? They download the app, or if they purchase the Kindle device, they need to fill it up with content. So I find that my best months are in November, December, January, February, March, because I've got this whole slew of new people that are coming in that just purchased a device, and they want to, they're excited about it. They want to load it up, and they're getting used to the habit of reading on their mobile device. So right now, whether it's September, hey, even if you're watching this video, next year, and you're watching it in May or June or July, this is the best time to start thinking about what books you want to publish, and then to start getting those books published. You want to have them up on a platform as soon as possible. Now, it doesn't mean that if you're watching this video in like April or May, then it's too late, because you could definitely still do it then as well. But you're definitely going to see an uptick in sales in the winter months. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about here is, and I'm interested in knowing, when do you read the most? Men and women. I'm really interested in knowing this. Let's take a quick poll, right? So vote here on this video, and post your comments and let me know, when do you tend to read the most? Okay. Now, the other thing is the type of content that you should be publishing. What should you be publishing? I publish a ton of stuff in a lot of different genres and topics. And I like to personally publish content that I will be able to sell forever. And by that, I mean stuff that is not seasonal, stuff that is not a fad, stuff that's not a gimmick, right? Like I wouldn't publish a book on what were the toys that kids were playing with a couple of years ago, like the fidget spinners, right? Or hula hoops or anything like that, because it comes and it goes. And I think that if you're going to put the time, the research, the effort into publishing, then you might as well publish something that's going to give you long-term, residual income. So you're doing the work anyway. You're putting the same amount of effort into it. So why not build out something that you could sell for years and years and years, and possibly even decades? So speaking of decades, let's look at look at my screen here, right? So some of the top selling books of all time. We're talking about for, books that have sold forever, right? 4 decades and for many, many, many years here. So we're going to look at a few different lists here. Let's see. So we've got the Da Vinci Code here, right? We've got Harry Potter and the Death Valleys. Harry Potter, I'm kind of not going to really count these. We're going to count them and we're not going to count them. And the reason why I'm not going to count them is because this is more like a huge cult following, right? I love Harry Potter as well. We actually went and got a chance to visit the museum out in California. But so these are we're not going to really, this is like an anomaly here, right? So we're not going to really pay attention to it. But something like the Da Vinci Code or 50 Shades of Grey, Angels and Demons, right? 50 Shades Darker, same thing, right? As 50 Shades of Grey, it's just a continuation here. Twilight, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Lost Symbol, New Moon, Deception Point, Eclipse. Let's take a look at another list over here, right? So we've got like Charles Dickens. We've got The Lord of the Rings, The Little Prince. So we've got a variety of books here that have sold very well over the years, right? Think and Grow Rich. So you can go both fiction and nonfiction here. Of course, our favorite, right? Harry Potter, The Catcher in the Rye. Now, The Alchemist, again, fiction and nonfiction, right? So what do you find here? What type of patterns are you seeing here? If you think about it, hardly anything here. I mean, and again, we're going to exclude Harry Potter because that can go either way. But hardly anything here is a one-hitter. And by that, I mean, hardly anything here is something that is a fad, something that is in style now or that is the rave right now, but then, years from now, it's not going to be, right? So think long-term. Think, how can I get the biggest bang for my buck when I'm publishing? Let's look at some of these other books here. I'm on Wikipedia here. And The Lord of the Rings, The Alchemist, right? We're seeing some repeats here. Of course, Harry Potter. We've got The Eagle Has Landed, all right? Charlotte's Web, The Ginger Man, Cain and Abel. The Fear of Flying. Right, so take a look at this, and I talk about doing research on Amazon, but being able to come in and do research on some of these other sites and just looking at some of the all-time bestsellers, looking at like Wikipedia's list of best-selling books, that will also kind of kickstart ideas. It'll give you insight as to what has longevity. So always think, what has longevity? If what I'm publishing is going to have long-term legs, and also think, right, in terms of, when you're in a period like right now, and by right now, I mean September or October or even November, right? June, July, all the way up to November, you can really like turn on the heat and really publish, like really go in and make it your goal to publish multiple books. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna do this year round, because you're gonna do the same thing year round, but there's more of an urgency right before the holidays. Okay, I hope that makes sense. This is Ty Cohen. I'm out. And again, let me know what are some of your favorite books to read, and also let me know, when do you most like to read? All right, 2 things there I'm asking for you. What are some of your favorite books to read? Because I'm super curious, and I'm always looking for new books to read. If you guys are curious as to what I'm reading right now, I'll show you. I'm reading David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me, right? So it's a very inspirational book. If you ever have any thoughts of limitations or not being able to reach your true potential, this is an amazing book. I think guys kind of get more out of it than anything. At least someone who just posted on my timeline said that. She said she didn't really get much out of it, but that's a great book. Some other books that I've read have been like The Miracle Morning. Guaranteed to transform. It actually just started. Let's see what else. Oh, this is a good one too. The Perception of Time, because we kind of always think that we're limited on time, but this is a great book. I'm always looking for ways to. With 4 kids, I have sickle cell anemia, so I have to be careful with how much sleep I get and how much I work. With 4 kids, a wife. My mom is 80 years old, and she was diagnosed recently with colon cancer, and we take care of her. In multiple businesses, I got a lot that goes on. So I'm always looking for ways to maximize my time. So this is a great book here, if that's something that you're interested in. Another good book that I've read is, I actually just finished yesterday, The 10X Factor. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. So I just finished this last night, actually. Right, my goal was to get it done. Me, Josh, and Marty, our goal was to get it done by 12 o'clock last night, with all of the other craziness that we had to do, getting great content out to you guys and preparing for the event that we're doing in December. We're going to talk about that soon. And everything else that we had on our schedule, we said, hey, guys, this is Tuesday. We said, let's make it a goal to listen to this book from Tuesday to Thursday night and see who finishes it the fastest. All right. So we all finished it by midnight yesterday. Super proud of myself and my team here. And go ahead, post in the comments. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know when you like to read. I'll see you.